for it.
Mm-hmm. Where's
Are we
my...
live?
Yes, we are.
We're live. My name is Vito Corleone, and I want to introduce the show of my godson, John Santos, the radio. This is a great broadcast. He's got great guests. Show him some respect. Grazie.
Thank you, Godfather. This is John Santos, the radio, and we're here on the Strong Island Radio Network, episode 48. We are still the number one radio show on this network in this time slot on Monday. No other show even comes close. I am bringing back a perennial favorite. You guys have written me. I've received not dozens, but less than dozens of fan. No, we've received a lot of fan mail to get this very special guest co-host back on the air. Everybody loves the movie segments. No. Well, that was a one-off. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my special guest co-host. He's so special, he even cleans his own studio. He's a big star, and he cleans his own studio. Ladies and gentlemen, my special guest co-host, Mr. You say your name.
Oh, Carlo Wild Thing Bellario.
Carlo Bellario is back, ladies and gentlemen. It took months of negotiating the contract. We're going to have Carlo back on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Because everybody loves the Carlo episode. It's like Carlo is so popular with my audience that probably even more than I am, because I'm not that good. But Carlo's a perennial. It's like when the Batman had the Batgirl motorcycle go by, you all got all excited. It's a Batgirl episode. That's what my audience feels when Carlo is on.
No, when you're Batman and when you have me on, it's like when Batman and the Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet.
Yeah, with Kato.
Let's see. I'm going to try to pull up the Batman Batgirl episode music, because it's a different music when it's Batgirl is on. I just thought of that now.
Yeah, they have that swanky.
Barbara Gordon. And they had the. Here's the Batman. Let me make sure it's a Batgirl episode. No, this isn't it. There was one intro where. Yes, they had that snazzy music when she went to her makeup counter to become Batgirl.
Yeah.
Right? When she had to change.
Who do you think was sexier, Batgirl or Mary Tyler Moore?
Batgirl.
Really?
Batgirl.
Them capri pants didn't do anything for you?
No, I like Batgirl. No, Batgirl. What was the thing with the Batgirl? With the we were talking about it. I don't know if I was talking about it with you on a prior episode. We were talking about all the cool ways in the movies, because no two were the same, I don't think. To get into the Batcave always changed. Sometimes you played the piano a couple of different tunes. The door opened. It was in the fish tank. It was all different ways of getting into the
head.
Batcave. The head. Well, in the show, it was the head on the statue, right?
Yeah.
A little switch.
Yeah.
But then, like in the Michael Keaton. Like one of them, he got into a knight's armor,
and it
closed, and then the bottom dropped. He went into the Batcave.
See, I'm not up on that movie.
Really, all you really need is stairs. You don't really have to do anything like that, you know. But it was elaborate.
Did he do the thing like with Willy Wonka? What he played Rachmaninoff to get it?
No, kind of. They did that with the piano. You went ding, 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 and then the freaking doors open. You went.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's like remember the Richie Rich movie where they had to sing to open the vault?
Yep, same kind of thing. Yeah.
So how you been, cuz?
I've been okay. You know, very good actually.
A lot of stuff's gone down the past week, huh?
What happened?
I don't know.
It's getting, It's getting interesting.
I'm not a political guy, John, but I'll tell you what, though. If he would have just shut up and just do what he had to do, like he reminds me of his own worst day. Shoots himself in the foot. Stay off of Twitter. If he would have did what he did the last week, like a month ago, he probably would have came out on top.
Yeah. The thing I've always said, and I'm not political either, right? But I do believe in a process with a president. you don't let him tweet. Like no president should be able to say or publish anything without it being vetted.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't just want to say, well, we're going to do this. Well, wait a second. You got to run that by your State Department. Other countries are listening to what you're saying.
Yeah.
You have to vet these things over discussion. So, and I would say that about any president. I'm not a political I hate politics. I despise politics. I don't want to be, if I'm president, I want to be more of a dictator. I don't want a Congress to fuss with. I want to be the guy. You know, but I'll be a democratic dictator. Whatever the people tell me they want, I'll do.
Right.
You know, so the people will be able to vote on every issue, and then what my administration will get it done. You don't need a Congress. Congress is from the old days when you had to send somebody. It took a week to get to Washington. You don't need that anymore. You need one person. I said, remember what they said in The Sopranos? We need a supreme commander at the top, not the UN or whatever. One guy.
Yeah.
Or woman, but you need not a dictator, but you need a dictator.
You know what? Listen, I think he had the right ideas in a lot of things, and I just think he didn't know. And I agree with him that, he's not a politician, because I think that, just the history of the country, there's been too many of them playing the game. I don't think he wanted to play I just think he didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's his ego or something, but I just think
it's a lot. Yeah.
But it is what and I think there seem to be some inconsistencies in what went on, but I'm not certain. I don't like the way it looked, but what do I know? John?
Yeah, I don't know either. What I do know is that when the movie theaters do reopen, and I think they will, as I am so tired when you go to the movie theater. I went to see a picture, and the guy in front of me is ordering all this dinner. Uh-huh. And I'm like, I just want popcorn and a bottled water.
Well, would you go to the AMC theater where you could sit and eat?
Yeah, I don't. You eat before you go to the movie or after.
I know. Well, that's a new thing now.
But they should have an express line for people that just want popcorn. Movie theater fare. Not I don't want them to order chicken parm.
Oh, it's crazy. It's like $80 to eat in a movie theater on top of what you're paying for the movie.
That's crazy. And I just want to go in there. I like to get in for all the previews. I like the previews.
Yeah.
I went to see Star Wars. The last movie I saw was on New Year's Day. Mm-hmm. None of my family wanted to see the episode 9, right? Mm-hmm. So they were all still asleep. I went to a 10 o'clock, 10:30, whatever show of the Star Wars, right? Mm-hmm. All the previews. Carlo, listen to the previews. You ready? Wonder Woman 1984 was one of the movies, right? Mm-hmm. 1917, which I did see, and that was a great picture. Let's see. Wonder Woman 84, I said, right? Yeah. 1917. Top Gun 2. I've waited 36 years for this movie, and COVID.
How long ago are we talking about that you did this? Recently, or
New Year's Day this year, 2020, January 1st, 2020. Yeah. And then what was it? And then the Bond movie. Now, who would have known that this idiot that I was sitting in the movie theater with 4 other people on the first day of 2020? Who knew then that if I could go back and tell myself in January 1st, sitting in that movie theater, hey, dude, 2020 is going to be up,
Yeah.
That would have been, I would have never believed myself. If you would have told me that I would get excited seeing Clorox wipes back in stock,
oh my God,
I would have laughed at you, right?
They're talking about putting us back into lockdown Monday, New Jersey.
Who? Oh, in New Jersey?
Yeah, well, Murphy.
How come the restaurants have to close at 10? From 10 to 5, is the coronavirus not active at those hours or most?
I guess they're limiting. I don't know what that means, but what do you think Bane would say if he was in a movie theater and had to see all this?
Bane would say, "Do as you please. None will interfere. But remember to always wear a mask, as I have done. Our great city."
Oh my God! How about Cuomo?
That character Bane was Como?
Yeah.
I would say what we need to be doing is to make sure people like Bane, okay, criminal, but he wears a mask. Bane wears a respirator mask, which is even better than the N95. Okay, Bane, criminal, yes, but mask also. So Bane is good.
Is either him or his brother gay or something? I heard a news story about one of them is gay or something.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. From
No.
Santo.
I'm just curious.
No, I don't know.
Because is Cuomo married?
No, he had a girlfriend. She. I don't think they're dating anymore. I don't think he's dating in the COVID environment.
No, I'm not that exactly what he said. Not there was anything, but I could have swore I heard something swirl around about that.
Very interesting. If that is true, that will be interesting.
Well, I got good news yesterday. Well, it's not good news.
What?
Sunday.
No, tell us.
Well, sadly, Alex Trebek passed away.
That was sadly, yes.
And my Funko Pop that I have of him is a limited edition. It just went up to like $800. So.
Your what?
My Funko Pop. You know the little Funko Pops that come in a box?
Oh wow, yeah.
I have a limited edition Alex Trebek, and I paid like $20 for it. Now it's got to be close to $800. It's going for.
Wow.
Yeah.
I found my wife had a vinyl collection. I found the first Beatles album.
That's worth a lot of money.
So I thought so too, right? I thought, but it's
it depends on the condition,
Well, ours is in average, not mint.
It's not mint condition, right?
Nowhere near mint. It was in a pile. It's not. The photo is around the edges a little. But the vinyl's good. The outer cover sleeve is decent. Almost decent. It's not worth that much. It's only worth like $300. I thought it would be worth a lot more than that.
But the White Album is the one that's worth money.
Yeah, that's worth more money. But so my wife goes, well, should we sell it? I'm like, you know what? If it was $1 million, I would have sold it, right? But for $300, it's kind of nice to have that history,
Well, what would Donald Trump say if he was on QVC and he was trying to sell that album?
I would say this is the best album. This is the Beatles. Everybody knows the Beatles. The Beatles are fantastic. Everybody knows the Beatles. Okay, they were very big. They didn't draw the crowds that I drew, but they drew big crowds. And the people went to the airport to see them at JFK, and they were huge, huge crowds. Beatles were huge. Okay, and I would say that this is a fantastic album. If you're a Beatles fan, you gotta have it. I mean, it's common sense. I shouldn't even have to tell you. It's common sense.
That might be. I'm actually working on ways to do the Trump impression in a post-Trump presidency because I people like when I do the impression. I like to entertain the public. So I'm actually thinking of jobs. A new skit of jobs that he could do post-presidency.
I would love to see him on QVC selling. It's tremendous product. Tremendous
product. It's tremendous demand. We only have a couple left because everybody's buying it because it's a fantastic product.
I would do that. I would do him as like I've done him as a sports announcer,
where it's like, first of all, the Mets, they have a fantastic lineup, one of the best in baseball. And look at that. They just hit a home run over the wall, and they made the other team pay for it. The other team gave up 3 runs. Okay, big hit for the Mets. Big hit,
That would be a lot of fun, I think.
How much money do you think we would have if we added up every time he said fantastic and tremendous?
Well, if you combine Schwarzenegger's fantastic with Donald
Trump's fantastic, tremendous,
I think the national debt is not only wiped out, but you have a surplus.
Yeah, he's in the hospital, Schwarzenegger.
I saw that. Yeah, they said that he's feeling fantastic, and we hope he continues to feel more fantastic and all of that.
I didn't even know he was unhealthy to have heart surgery.
I didn't either. But his friend Franco died, I think, this year. Well, last year. No, Franco was the guy he worked out with.
Was it the former Mr. Olympia, Franco Columbo?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
Franco
yeah.
Columbo.
Well,
when you saw Columbo, I thought Peter Falk.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, my fault.
I think his heart attack or heart trouble stems from his steroid usage over the years.
It might, yeah. That would be a shame, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll get better. Hopefully he has the most fantastic doctors and they will fix the problem and then I can get back to exercise and all of those things like that. I actually, during when he was running for governor of California, I called people, my friends that live in California, and I called them with an automated poll. And I said, this is Governor Schwarzenegger. This is a public opinion poll. Please rate my performance as governor. Press 1 for very fantastic, 2 for somewhat fantastic, and 3 for not at all fantastic. I mean, that was the poll.
Oh my God.
So
what do you make of this past week?
Well, being a constitutional scholar and a presidential impressionist and historian, I don't know what is going to happen with all this legal stuff, but I do know you can, and I also used to be a pollster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't say that this is what we're seeing. First of all, you shouldn't even be doing polls anymore because you can't get the right people to sample.
It was grossly over predicted or whatever, reported.
Grossly overreported. And these are a snapshot in time of the time you took the poll and what the person said. People don't always tell the truth. You don't always get a representative sample of people. People don't answer the phone. I got polled on national polls. I took the Rasmussen poll and I took the another Ipsos poll. So I got polled twice, me, right? Now, I used to be a pollster. Whenever I used to call or send a mail survey or online survey, whatever it was, any survey, this will take approximately X minutes. Only Rasmussen did that.
Oh, wow.
And that was an automated one. The other one I took, there was Ipsos, and one other one I took was a person, interviewer. The rest were automated. Then I took a bunch of local ones. They should tell you the amount of time that it takes, but they come in. I looked at my caller ID, they came in as all different things. So people don't even trust it. So if so many millions of people won't even answer the phone or they don't trust it, then you're not getting. Everybody has to have an equal chance of being in the poll. Right?
What would you do if Sean Connery was a pollster and he called you on the phone?
I would say that you're going to answer my questions. I want answers, and you're going to give them to me, or I'm going to make things quite unpleasant.
He's another one we lost, too. That was a shame. I enjoyed his movies.
And you lost Sean Connery and Alex Trebek, and they were both on that skit on SNL, Trebek and Connery.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'll take Schwartz for 200. That's S words. Those. I'll take Schwartz. How about the rapist for 600? That's therapists.
Oh my God!
A great episode.
That's funny. What was I gonna say? Have you been watching any retro movies like we always go over and stuff? Or
Yep. I've been watching the Tom Clancy movies have been on. I also watched a movie called 13 Days. I rewatched that. That was about the Cuban Missile Crisis, which they usually show it in October, around the time that the Cuban Missile Crisis occurred in 1962. That's a good picture. Kevin Costner, Bruce Greenwood. So in that picture, Bruce Greenwood. I have a couple of trivia questions for you now. Actually, this will lead us right into the movie too. There were a few actors that have played presidents twice. Okay. More than one president, in other words, right? So in the movie 13 Days, Bruce Greenwood played John F. Kennedy. Can you name the other movie that Bruce Greenwood played a president of the United States?
I'm trying to think of who he is.
You can Google him. Well, don't Google what movies he was in.
No, I'm just going to Google so I could see his face, and then it'll give me.
That's fair.
But while I'm doing that, I got to tell you, Greenwood. Hold on.
And we believe Carlo when he says he's not looking up the.
He was in the National Treasure too. Right away, I could tell you as soon as I see his face.
See, do I have Carlo Bellario best guest?
Yeah.
But before Carlo, what were you going to say? Then I'm going to do the other three actors that have played more than one president.
Oh, listen. No, do that, and then I'll talk about this. Go ahead, do the other.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. All right. So now we have. James Cromwell.
Oh yeah.
He played I'm going to tell you the hard one first, and then I'll give you the TV one first, and then the movie one you have to guess. Okay. So James Cromwell played a former president on The West Wing, and he also played a president in what movie?
I know who James Cromwell is. He was Zephram Cochrane, the inventor of the warp drive.
Wow, you're good. Yes, from Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah. Oh man, what president did he play? He was in so many movies, but I don't know if I can.
Yes, he was.
Boy,
It was a Tom Clancy movie. I'll give you that hint.
Tom Clancy.
And it was a reboot. It was like one of the latest movies, but it didn't have. Give me this hint. Didn't have Harrison Ford, and it didn't have Alec Baldwin.
Tom Clancy didn't have.
Came out in 2002.
I know the movies. I know there's Patriot Games, and then there's Clear and Present Danger.
Right, those are the Harrison Ford ones, and then Hunt for October, Alec Baldwin. This one came out in 2002 after those other movies. Like 8 years after the other movies ended.
You got me this time.
Sum of All Fears.
Ah, okay. I seen that movie, but that's Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, right? It was a reboot when he first went to CIA. So now, all right. So Morgan Freeman was also in that movie. So what movie did Morgan Freeman play more than one president? And I can't give you a hint because the same
Deep
series
Impact.
Deep Impact, and
that one he did. Well, he wasn't the president though. He was the vice president. Then he became the London Has Fallen. One of the Angel Has Fallen.
in Angel Has Fallen, he is the president. Yes,
Right.
So you got it, and he was acting president in Olympus Has Fallen, and he was great because the president, the vice president was dead. The president was held hostage, so they invoked the 25th Amendment, and he goes. They said, "Sir, Mr. Speaker, you're now the acting president." He goes, "I want to talk to the French, the Chinese, and the Russians, and in that order." He took charge immediately.
All right, here I got one for you. You remember?
Oh wait, I got one more. Wait,
all right, go ahead.
Wait, I just want.
I know Tim Matheson played more than one president.
Yeah, he was in The West Wing too, right? He was in
Tim Matheson from Animal House. He played Ronald Reagan, I think, twice.
Yes, yep. And then me. I played Nixon, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush. I played Bush, Obama, Trump.
I hope you're playing with Bush.
And I played Morgan Freeman from Deep Impact because I do Morgan Freeman. So I've played 8 presidents.
Wow.
9 if you count both Morgan Freeman movies, because he was president. What was this president? He was great in Deep Impact.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. You got me on that one.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
All right.
So I played all those guys. Go ahead. Well, I'm sorry. Now,
go ahead. You remember Lieutenant Bogomil from Beverly Hills Cop?
Judd.
No, that's Billy Rosewood.
Oh, Rosewood. It was the. Wait, Rosewood. Wait, all right. Taggart. Who was the other guy?
The Lieutenant Bogomil, the boss.
Oh, Ronnie Cox.
Right. What movie did he play a president in?
That was Cohagen. Give those people air, you bastard. Total Recall was Cohagen.
He was a president then?
No, he was in charge of Mars.
Okay.
I can never resist dating a Schwarzenegger reference. I apologize. Ronnie Cox, I got to look him up. He was a president?
Yes.
I don't even know. Oh, I'm an idiot. Murder at 1600.
That's right. Yep.
He played the president in Murder at 1600 with Wesley Snipes.
Alan Alda was trying to set him up.
That's right. I can't do an Alan Alda impression. I used to be able, I can't do them. But you set those boys up. It was criminal. You didn't send in a rescue team. Yes,
who was the guy that in the Harrison Ford, the Tom Clancy movies, where he goes, "How dare you?" Just trying to remember. "You're not gonna do that, Jack."
Oh, that was Donald Moffat.
Yes.
And yes, so my wife one time came into my office where I have all my presidential memorabilia, and she was young. I go, "How dare you come into this office and bark at me like some little junkyard dog? I am the presidential impressionist of the United States." Yeah, that was a great. But I like the way that starts off, where he goes, "Some things have gone on here, and we've got to get to the bottom of it, and we've got to do this delicately. Otherwise, people might get the wrong idea."
Because now you've got a chip in the big game, and one day I'm going to cash it in for you.
Then he goes, we have to lie. He goes, did I say that? No, you didn't. That was great. Can I give you some advice? Because I know this, because you're a smart guy. You should never make big decisions when you're upset. You did. And now innocent civilians and military people are dead because of it. That was great. I love that movie.
But I was, I've been actually running out of stuff to watch lately. So,
well, what are you watching lately? Like, what is?
Oh, I'm getting into that. I don't know how I missed the boat on this TV show, but I am digging Chicago PD.
Chicago, is that the one where the guy talks? He's like, I got to know if there's some kind of thing going down. I'm like,
yeah, you got to do him. Jason Beggy, he was he's a great actor. He plays. He's like, you ever see the TV show Ray Donovan?
No, I never got into that. But the guy who was in the Sum of All Fears, who played Mr. Clark, who was Willem Dafoe, he's the head guy in that show. Keith, what's his name? Kim Schreiber? Is that
Liev Schreiber, yeah. He's not Schreiber. PD. He's in Ray Donovan.
Right, that's what I meant. Ray Donovan. You
got to binge watch that, and you got to binge watch Chicago PD. This guy is an intelligence sergeant with the Chicago police, and he is worse than Tony Soprano. Like he takes people in this cage and he beats he's like an old school cop, but like he breaks. If you started watching this show, you'd be hooked on it.
This is what show is this? Ray Donovan?
No, Ray Donovan. You should watch from the beginning. It's the first episode, John. He's like a fixer out in Hollywood. He works for these rich people that they have stuff that they don't want the news to get out. So he had this like porn star, Hollywood star, that was a friend of his, and she was getting stalked by this weirdo. So he breaks into this guy's house. The guy comes home. He sees Ray sitting on the couch with a baseball bat and a paper bag. He goes, I'll give you a choice, the bag or the bat. So the guy picks the bag. The next scene, you see the guy sitting in the bathtub with all green dye all over his body.
That's funny.
Oh my God, he is a. And you got to watch Chicago PD. It's a fantastic show. I'm hooked on it. I'm already up to the third. I'm binge watching. Like I'm up to season 3 already.
So the show I watched and I couldn't wait for it to come back is Star Trek Discovery. And
you can't get into that.
I'm a big Star Trek guy. Do you know the comedian Tig Notaro? Do you know her by any chance?
Yeah.
Her. She's on Star Trek Discovery and she's fantastic. And she was a comic and she's phenomenal on that show.
After First Generation, I jumped ship.
Well, this one is really interesting. They're coming out with one. They had in one of the seasons on this, they show like a young Spock and Captain Pike. They're coming out with a whole new series with Captain Pike and Spock because they were together for like 10 years before Captain Kirk came.
See, they're beating that to death, though. Enough already, though. You know, with the Star Trek, we all know
with the reboots. Yeah. Well, you never really saw those 10 years with Captain Pike. You know that could be interesting.
Can you do a Picard impression?
I was working on Picard, but it doesn't sound right just yet.
It sounds like
it sounds like it's you know what it is. It's a cross between Sean Connery. So sometimes you mix two voices to get to another one.
You got to mix colors. Sean Connery and Donald Moffat.
And it also sounds like who was the other voice I was doing? But you know who I like doing the most, and he's one of the most imitative voices in the world. Is Michael Caine. I have so much fun doing Michael Caine, and I love doing Michael Caine. I do Michael Caine all the time. I do Michael Caine when I'm at the grocery store.
That's good, but you got to drawl it out a little more.
Say again.
You got to drawl it out a little more. Don't be too. You're very quick with the pronunciation.
Oh well, that's the way Michael Caine used to talk in the 1960s, right? And then he became in the Batman movies. He got slower, and he was like, "Mr. Bruce Wayne, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I won't bury it under Batman. Your father, he died, and your mother, and I won't bury it under a member of the Wayne family. I won't do it, Mr. Bruce."
I always liked Michael Caine.
Me too. He was like, he goes, maybe they don't need Bruce Wayne. Maybe they don't need the Batman. Maybe they need Bruce Wayne. And that is what you got to do instead of driving out there making a spectacle of yourself.
You know what's a good sleeper movie from Michael Caine? Victory.
What?
Did you ever see Victory?
Never saw that. No.
Oh, how could you not see that?
Never saw that. No.
It's with Sylvester Stallone, Michael Caine.
Sounds good already.
They're World War II POWs, and they get into a soccer game against the Germans. And they try to. The whole plan is that they join the soccer team to escape, but the whole soccer team is all these world class legendary soccer. Pele's in it, all these famous people from around the globe.
Really?
And Max von Sydow is like the commandant of the prison camp. You know, Father Merrin from The Exorcist.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, Ming the Merciless.
Ming.
Gordon is alive.
Gordon's alive.
I want to see that movie so bad, but every time I try to go on like a Prime Video or something, they want like too much money for it. Fuck you! I ain't paying
I can't even find it anymore. That was a great.
I mean, you could download it, but they want a ton of money for a movie that's like 35 years old. Give me a break.
No, it should be free after 30 years. It should be free.
$2.99. That's it. That's as high as I go.
Yeah, that's it. After that,
but I'm dying to watch that again.
Remember
Agent
Casino?
Zarkov, you will be liquidated for treachery.
10. That's it. Then no more. Cut them off. Yes, that was that. I love that movie, Flash Gordon. I have somebody on this.
Please don't. My mind is all I have left.
And I like it right where it is. But this Danielle, who comes on my show, she's been on a couple times. Huge Flash Gordon fan. She gives me a run for my money. I mean, she's really good. She knows everything about Flash Gordon. And here's the.
Bring
here we go. I got
the ball worms.
Got the music. Can you hear the music?
Yeah, that was done by Queen.
Yep. And here's what's funny: you never see that in any. You didn't see that in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, the Queen movie. They didn't do anything with the Flash Gordon.
It was probably such a small footnote. Okay, so they did the movie Flash Gordon. What other TV show did Queen sing the opening intro for?
They did Iron Eagle.
No, TV show.
Vision. Wait, TV show. I'm sorry, you said TV show. What TV show did? Well, give me an idea of the year.
Oh, it's got to be in the 80s.
What TV show? Give me a hint about the show.
How could I put this? Scotland.
So, I don't know. Tell us. We're running out of time.
Prince, the Highlander.
Highlander.
Yeah, remember there was a movie and it was also a TV show with Adrian Paul about the guy that would get into these duels and he would cut off their head and then he would gain their power. You never saw that was a great TV show. Were you in a cave?
No, I didn't see Highlander, I guess.
Oh, that's a great series. The movie was with Christopher Lambert.
Okay.
Who was in the movie about he was an ape, Tarzan or whatever the movie is. He was born of the apes and they tried to civilize him. If you look up Christopher Lambert, you'll know who I'm talking about.
All right, I'm gonna look up Christopher Lambert, yeah.
And then Adrian Paul. You don't remember the TV show? What's his name? Bobby's got to know it, the Highlander. That was a classic show.
I don't know who this guy is. Oh, he's born in Great Neck, though. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Never seen him before.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
He might be. I'm not familiar with his work.
Yeah.
Christopher Lambert. Born in Great Neck. American French actor. How could it be French if he's born in Great Neck?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Maybe he was in Greystoke. The Legend of Tarzan. Remember that movie?
That one rings a bell. Yes, the Tarzan movie. You know what's scary? When they were talking about coronavirus or something, they said that there was one case of it going to a dog, and I'm like, if that wipes out the dogs and cats, we're in Planet of the Apes. Remember when the dogs and cats got wiped out, and then the apes came, and then they made them pets, and then the one talked and took over.
They did say. I heard of more than one instance where they said that pets are getting it, like cats and dogs, and
like cats
well, listen,
and dogs.
I figured, and I never knew this. Like dogs can get cancer, the same stuff that we can get, dogs get. Like dogs can get all these afflictions. So why not catch COVID? A virus is a virus. I mean,
Right. But when they said that with the dogs and the cats, and then I'm thinking Planet of the Apes, Ricardo Montalban.
Dogs and cats living together. It's mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. No. It was I who spoke that, not the ape. The ape cannot talk. I wish I could do a Ricardo Montalban. Even though he's been gone a long time, Ricardo Montalban is still a good impression to do.
You can't do him?
I can't do him. It's like I can do him a little bit from Naked Gun. Lieutenant Drebin, this was a gift from Emperor Hirohito. It is impervious to anything but water. The pen, the pen that you couldn't break. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Drebin flips it in the fish tank,
Sir, our shields are dropping. Raise them.
Guess what I have on my desk? Carlo Bellario?
What? Oh, the Enterprise?
Nope. Look at the whole number. Look at the name of the ship. Can you see it on the USS Reliant, baby?
Yes.
So hold on a second. Every time it comes over here, hold on, let me see.
Where's your bird of prey?
I don't. I don't have one. I want to film a Star Trek Sopranos series. Should I do Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
You think Trek, right? Because it's like so. The scene is this, right? So the scene is that the USS Stugatz is the starship, and they're flying along, right? And the Klingons attack the Kobayashi Maru. Remember the Kobayashi Maru test in Star Trek?
Absolutely.
So here's how I passed the test, right? I said to them, open a channel to the Klingons. Look, there's a ship. It's disabled. We're not going to come into the neutral zone without your permission. These are the coordinates. We'll meet you there. We got gabagool. We got garlic nuts. We'll beam that shit over. Your guy tows the ship to the nearest port. We rescue the crew. Nobody's got to get into a freaking beef. That's how Tony Soprano, Captain Tony Soprano.
How would Silvio Dante address the Romulans?
So, look, we understand the Romulans. You guys want your empire. We're cool with that. Space, big place. We'll stay over here on the neutral zone. You guys go over there. And we'll get together for dinner once in a while. But everybody brings, that's that. Nobody gets into each other's space.
I mean, if you think about how big space is, there's no reason to fight over it. There's no reason to. If the Klingons want this entire section, let them have it. Who cares? There's so many more places to go.
That's funny. Oh boy. Oh, it's been a rough week, but
it has been a rough week. There's been a lot. It's gonna get. Where is the? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get the right.
Like my new setup.
Hold on one second. I gotta. All right. I'm on my phone here, and I'm getting 4,000 texts.
From who?
That's interrupting my show, so I had to opt out of those.
Was it John LaRocchia?
No, my wife is texting with 400 people. I don't know what the hell she's doing. It's like every time I'm talking to you, the freaking text comes up on the phone. I forgot to put it into airplane mode before I got on. Why can't you find a freaking the right music here? I wanted to tell you this here.
Hey, John, did you ever watch 24 when it was out?
Oh, of course.
Oh, I love that show. I binge watched that too a couple of times.
24 is great. Do you remember when William Devane was the president?
Yes. Audrey.
Audrey was the
what's her name? Her father was Audrey.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm saying Audrey Meadows. It's not Audrey Meadows. It's
as the Beaver. Can I do my William Devane impression as the president? I haven't done it in a long time. Right? Jack, this is the president. You have to take a break, Jack. You haven't gone to the bathroom in 10 hours. Your prostate's not getting any smaller, Jack. Because Jack Bauer, you never saw him go to the bathroom or charge his phone, and he could get the blueprints for a building on his BlackBerry in like 2 seconds.
That little flip phone that he's got, yeah.
Little flip phone. Well, send it to my phone, and he's always whispering, "Send it to the phone." My BlackBerry, I'm lucky I get an email, and I can download an email, and he's downloading, blueprints.
I would like to see
amazing.
something come of that again. I would watch that again.
Weren't they talking about? They made another show, like a half season with a different.
Yeah, the other guy didn't like, but they did a couple of one-offs, like TV movies. Was a continuation, but in the end of the 24, you see him getting in the car with the Russians. If you follow the storyline,
yes,
I guess you would assume that they're going to kill him, but he's Jack Bauer.
But you never know, right? Yeah, he's Jack Bauer, so you never know. Why do they have these stupid ads here when I'm trying to get the right music thing? Yeah, let me put it on mute here. This is so ridiculous. There's too many ads. Nobody gives a shit. Just put a little thing about who's sponsored at the bottom.
Who would you rather have in bed, Beverly Crusher or Counselor Troy?
You hear the 24 theme? Oh, we're back to Star Trek.
Yeah.
I put the 24 theme on for you. I would. Oh, gee, that's a tough one. I got to go with Counselor Troy. But the only thing is with Counselor Troy, she's going to know what you're thinking before you think it.
Right? She's an empath.
I mean, she's an empath, so I don't like that part. So I would have to go with Dr. Crusher to the bridge. Dr. Crusher. I would rather. Yeah.
Make it so, number one. See,
of course, if I don't lose weight, I will crush Dr. Crusher. So I got to lose some weight.
What about Tasha Yar?
Oh, without a doubt. Come on, that's not a question. Tasha Yar.
Okay. Wait, I got another one for you. Hold on, I'm coming with it.
How did we get on this subject of these? I
don't know. My mind is a strange place.
Well, we'll go there. Go ahead. All
right, hold on. I got one. I'm thinking of another one real quick. Ooh, Murphy Brown.
Yep.
Or the wife on Mr. Belvedere. Eileen Graff, redhead.
Hold on, let me look her up.
You don't know Candice Bergen?
I know her. I don't know who the other one is.
Eileen Graff from Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere.
Mm-hmm.
Eileen. Here she goes. Okay, Eileen Graff. I don't know Mr. Belvedere. I'm
going to be doing a reunion show with them soon with Bob Uecker. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I go with Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Not Mr. Belvedere, but I go with the actress.
I don't know. I think you might have a thing.
Can I tell you a dream I had the other night? I'm such an idiot too. I had a dream I was in heaven, and I'm a pilot, and I went. I tried to get a date with Amelia Earhart, right? So I stupidly said, "Oh, Miss Earhart, let me show you this modern airplane that has global positioning," And she got pissed. So she goes, "Oh, I wish I had that." And that was the wrong thing to say. So she told me to get lost. But it's I just that was my fault.
He'll be here all week, folks.
That was my fault. That I had a dream. I was going to go on a date with Joan Van Ark. Not Joan Van Ark. Who was the Ark? Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc. And I said, "Wow."
Noah.
I said, "Wow, you're a hottie," and that was the wrong thing to say because they burned her at the stake. So that was stupid. I always say the wrong thing.
You hear about the new MacArthur doll?
The General MacArthur doll? What?
Yeah.
You can you return it?
No, you can wind them up and they'll return from anywhere.
Those glasses are still in style. Those aviator, Ray-Ban, gray-green tint glasses still around.
I just found out today because I'm going to be interviewing David Grohl that the Foo Fighters was a term that came out of World War II.
The Foo Fighters? I didn't know that. You know what I did see as an Iron Eagle fan? I saw your interview with Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh, you finally watched it after 6 months?
I did.
It was all right, but the audio was... Jason Gedrick had bad audio. Like, he was having, really some issues, and it's funny, because every time I asked a question, Lou Gossett would answer it.
Oh, that's funny. I'm a big Iron Eagle fan. I mean, that was a great.
Yeah, I just had him on again for another movie, and interestingly enough, I had on Tatiana Ali from The Fresh Prince.
Okay.
She was actually fun. I enjoyed talking with her. My next big interview was going to be Belinda Carlisle.
Oh my God, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. I had a big crush on her in high school.
I was actually this close to getting Kaylee Coco from Big Bang Theory, but their publicists are a bunch of idiots. They tell you, yeah, and then all of a sudden, but I'm going to be getting Jennifer Beals on, too, from Flashdance.
Oh, wow. What a feeling.
Yeah.
I'm such a jerk.
You got to watch. You got to try and check out Chicago PD and tell me if you like it.
I'm going to check that out. I have a trivia question from Iron Eagle for you.
Go ahead.
What was the name of the colonel that he went to go see to find out why his father got shot down?
Colonel Blackburn.
Okay, that was easy. Who was the pilot of the American Blue Squadron that rescued them from Libya when he recovered the father?
Dwight Smiley.
Major Dwight Smiley of the United States Air Force.
Do you wish to engage? I didn't think so.
Sir, the Mings do not wish to engage at this time. Were you able to retrieve Colonel Masters?
Mm-hmm.
We have a fuel problem, Major. Well, don't worry about that. We got a fuel tanker standing by.
All right, you think you're slick? The court martial that was at the end, the guy that was the main talker,
Lance Legault. Yeah.
Right. What other TV show did he play a military person?
A-Team. He was Colonel.
You son of a bitch! I can't believe you got that.
He was Colonel
Decker.
The Colonel Decker. He was Colonel Decker.
That's right.
Decker. Wanted for a crime they didn't commit. They joined the Los Angeles Underground. Why wouldn't they go to a different city? Like, why wouldn't they change cities?
Who knows?
Why
maybe they like California? It's in the script.
Because they all film in California.
You know what? All the millions of rounds of ammunition, and nobody ever got shot.
Nope.
It's so.
I ain't getting no plane, Hannibal, with that fool Murdoch. I was actually going to make a presidential A-Team where Barack Obama's B.A. Baracus, George Bush is. I
just love it when a plan, comes together.
Yeah, who would be? And then it would be Trump. Would be
Face?
Colonel. Face would be Clinton.
Clinton.
I love the ladies. I love the ladies. And then Barack Obama would be like, I am not getting in a plane with that fool Murdoch. And then it would be, I know these airplanes. I fly a lot of airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be, and Trump
was going to be Murdoch. Bush. I thought you said Bush was going to be Hannibal.
No, Trump is Hannibal.
Oh, okay.
I love it when a plan comes together. Wasn't that a great plan?
That was a fantastic plan.
It was a fantastic plan. And the plan came together because that's what we do. We plan, and then we make it come together.
I watched that a lot. That was one of my favorites.
Good show. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't too bad. I was a little disappointed, but not too much. I wanted to see, Mr. T. I mean, Rampage Jackson is cool, but I liked Bradley Cooper's role. He played a good face.
He did play a good face.
Yeah, and the guy that played Murdoch was hysterical too.
That guy was perfect.
Yeah. The only thing I think was miscast was B.A. Liam Neeson's perfect Hannibal.
He was a good Hannibal, yeah.
You know what other TV show that I haven't seen that I really started enjoying again? Hysterical. Perfect Strangers.
Who's in that? I don't even know that.
You don't remember Balky and his cousin?
Oh, from back then.
Yeah.
So I remember a cool scene in this, right, with Balky. So he was taking a vision test, right? And I will never forget when the vision test was made. He said, read the smallest line you can. He goes, copyright 1983 Vision Works, Hicksville, New York. It was like Long Island-based vision thing. So I do that with my optometrist. When I go in for he goes, read the smallest line you can. I go, copyright 1983 Vision Charts, Hicksville, New York. So I think I remember from that show.
Now the best is when the cousin Larry, that played by Mark Lynn Baker, he's got to go to a concert, but he's sick.
Right.
And Balky's like, cousin, I can give you the meatballs cure. You drink it and your cold will go away. And he's kept resisting and resisting. And finally, he wanted to go because he had a hot girlfriend in the TV show, Larry. So he goes, I can't miss Bruce Springsteen. He goes, Balky, give me the meatballs cure. The next scene, you see him waking up on the couch. He goes, Balky, it's amazing. My cold is gone. Meanwhile, it was 3 days later. He woke up 3 days later for the cold.
He would have got rid of it anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I've been watching a lot of stuff. The Taxi.
Taxi.
With Laka.
So, do you remember this line from Taxi when Danny DeVito said to somebody, I hope your nose gets caught in the door, you sneeze, and your head explodes?
Yeah, wasn't that at the spelling bee?
I don't remember. I remember that line for whatever reason.
I remember when he went to the spelling bee to cheer on Elaine's son, and there was a black girl up there that was giving him a run for his money, and Louis goes, "Is that your daughter?" He goes, "Oh, well, she's a loser." The best is when they want to film a movie in the garage, so everybody's getting a lot of money. Louis gets money for letting them. So he calls up his mom around the phone. He goes, "Ma, good news! You've been called sir for the last time."
You know what's funny? Like when you say like he's intimidating. My son was in playing Little League, right? So I have I'm wearing now. I have all my Met gear on. So I said to the coach, this was like a game we had to win. It was a playoff game. So I said to the coach of our team, I said, "Hey, should I walk over to the other team and say, hey guys, I'm a scout with the Mets. I'm going to be watching you guys play tonight. Just remember that every play you make might determine if I recommend you for, scouting. So your entire baseball career is on the line in this game. Don't be nervous."
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Wouldn't that be funny? I didn't do that. You can't do that.
Speaking of baseball, I tell you what, and then when you mentioned William Devane, last night I was watching the Bad News Bears breaking training when they go to the Houston Astrodome.
Yes, and he was in that one.
Yeah. He played Kelly Leak's father, and then he was the Tanner, man, was so he won't get off the field. The umpires were chasing him, and then he gets down and goes, "Let them play."
Oh yes, let them play. Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my God, those movies are so primitive when you watch them now. But when I was growing up, man, they were so cool. Engelbert, they kicked open the hotel door. He was sitting on a toilet bowl with a bucket of KFC.
Yep, and it was it's so funny because the equipment that we played with was so crappy compared to what they have today.
Oh, I know.
Except for the gloves. The gloves are pretty much the same for the most part, but
yeah, equipment and toys too. Like we were on the cusp growing up with the introduction to electronic games like Simon's and Fabulous Freddy and Electronic Detective and Clue, and it's amazing.
Clue. It was Clue, and that old woman killed a lot of people.
You remember the Mattel football game where you used to have to go with the line? It was just basically little digits.
Okay, so this is what aggravates me about today's generation. My son is 13 years old. He's complaining about the graphics. This is a couple of years ago on Madden football. I'm like, I had 2 dots.
Yeah, right.
That was on my electronic quarterback by Mattel. I said, God. You've got the holes in the jerseys and the stitching visible on Eli Manning's jersey, and you're going to complain to me about graphics?
Oh my God, they're so spoiled though, huh?
Oh, it's you know what this is what I think. You should not be allowed. See, when I'm president, is what I'm going to put in. You cannot buy a modern video game, right? Until you played the games that we played when we were kids. You have to certify for the right to buy a video game. So after you've gone from Pong to Intellivision to Coleco and then to Nintendo, and you saw what we had to play with, then you're entitled to buy a modern video game. And only then. How do you like that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to put in. That's what we're doing.
How would Robin Leach do that if he was...
Hold on, I got to get the music. I can't do the Robin Leach impression without the music. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get these all on my Rich and Famous. Theme song. Here we go. Hold on. I got it right here. Comes right up. This is it right here. Bill Conti. This was Come With Me Now. It came out in 1978. This.
For what?
Can everybody hear? Can you hear that? Hello, I'm your host, Robin Leach. We have Carlo Bellario on this week's episode of John Santos the Radio, episode 48. You'll see Carlo Bellario's stunning new mansion, his new BMW 5000 series, custom made for Carlo Bellario. Only one automobile was made. Then we'll show you his brand new Gulfstream G650, New York to anywhere in the world in less than 24 hours, unrefueled. Carlo Bellario's stunning lifestyle of the rich and famous.
Hey, you know what I want to do the next time?
What?
I want to have a contest to see who can identify the most TV themes.
Oh, I'd love that. Let's do that in a couple of weeks. Can you come back in a couple of weeks?
Yeah. Just remind me.
Yep. So, here I was thinking about doing this for real estate agents that have like an expensive house for sale. Oh, yeah,
Right.
let me put the music back on.
Yeah.
This 3-bedroom cape on Merrick's.
Hi, this is John LaRocchi. If you buy a property, you get to donate to Laughter Saves Lives. Let me tell you.
This 3-bedroom Cape Cod is perfect. It's right near Stop and Shop, and it's got a 2-car driveway. And it's got a brand new bathroom and kitchen ensemble. Look at this stunning property in Merrick, New York. Like I can do that for any property, you know. So even the crappy properties would sound good with that, with that intro. Right? So that's another thing that we're thinking of, and hopefully we'll get a real estate sponsor soon because we lost our last sponsor. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So I like to rotate the sponsors. I don't like to keep a sponsor. I don't like to have a steady income stream for too long. I like
right. It can be quite annoying.
So if anybody, this is John Santos, the radio, breaking into a commercial. If anybody would like to sponsor the show, we do have sponsorship packages available, and they're more affordable than you think. It's what can you afford to pay?
Right.
And we'll do a custom commercial. I'll do all 50 impressions for the same price as one because we are a little light on the sponsorship.
Yeah, I hear you.
A little light this month. So I think we're coming to the end of the show, Mr. Carlo Bellario. Is there anything, any story, something you'd like to wrap up with?
No, just check out my Facebook page and follow us because I heard that following is better than liking a page.
Yes.
Because every time you go live or do something, they'll get notified. If they like it, they might not be the case. So go to Animal House Radio and check that out. We got a lot of new bands coming up, a lot of great stuff coming up. It's a little bit of a lull right now. Now, every once in a while I get into that no phase from publicists, like I get turned down. So that's where I'm at now. I'm just waiting for.
I will never turn you down. My publicist, Giancarlo, will never turn you down. Of course not. We love Carlo. I would tell anybody, I'm sorry, John cannot do it. He's already booked on Carlo. Oh yeah, Giancarlo, of course, would love you because you have a similar name.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and I'm John. John and Carl. Oh my God, that worked out nice.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that. Well, thank you, Mr. Carlo Bellario, for coming on, and as always, thank you, Mr. Producer Bobby. So, Carlo, I'd like to have you on. I'd like to have you on the last show of the month. Save the best for last. Is that
that's right after Thanksgiving?
Right after Thanksgiving, so we could talk about the holidays and all the shows you watched, over that period of time.
Yeah.
And I'll try to watch this Victory movie.
Oh, you know what we're gonna do, John, on that show? We're gonna do TV themes, right?
And we're gonna do TV themes next time.
And listen, here's what we're gonna do. I just got a brainstorm. We're going to see who knows more about the movie March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Oh, that's you. I never even saw the damn thing.
Get the frig out of here. Yeah, and I know you're bullshitting me.
I may have seen it a long time ago, but
how could you not watch it? That's like the honeymooners. What do you call that? They do the marathon. It's the must see.
I'll check that out too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Carlo Bellario. Thank you, Mr. Producer Bobby. That's a wrap for this episode 48 of John Santos the Radio. We'll see you next week with a special guest co-host to be determined. Because I had one lined up and they had to move.
Usually at 8:00 on Monday night.
Thank you, guys. And Mr. Bobby, any parting words?
Done.
Yeah. I gotta
We're
ask
done.
Bobby a question.
Gotta end the show.
we
You can
clear
ask
off
me
the air?
after. Let me end the show.
Oh, okay. It's got to end the show.